Hi, I'm Pamela Sennett, and I'm the Director of Development at Donte's Den Foundation. I welcome you to our ribbon-cutting ceremony. This is a dream come true for Marcia Panucci and her late husband, Don Panucci. This dream serves all dogs, homeless and abandoned. We have an adoption facility for owners looking to surrender their dog for whatever reason. We understand with compassion, and we accept them here to find their forever home. We have other services here on the campus as well. We have our Semper Pa military program, which helps to care for dogs while their owners are serving our country overseas. This service allows our military members to reunite with their pets when they come home, so they don't have to surrender them to a shelter. They receive the utmost high standard of care that every dog receives here at Donte's Den. We also have a care program called our Loving Care Extended Stay, and this helps folks in the community who become ill or injured for any reason to help care for their dogs in a similar way. They are once again reunited with their family furry member after their illness or injury has been rehabilitated. And lastly, we serve those who want their dogs to live comfortably at their passing. So they secure a pet trust with us. We go to the letter of that trust, so that dog has the same loving and attention and care that he once had when his owner was still alive with him. I thank you again for being a part of this, for joining us today. We're excited, and I hope you will be too. We are a 501c3. We do need donations to support some of our programming. Our Semper Pa military program relies on support from the public and grants, and we simply need it to help our military members who are serving our country overseas so that we can help keep their dogs comfortable for them. We do hope to be the best practice that other shelters throughout America will follow some of the programming that we've established here so that we can keep pet retention at 100%, so that when family members take in a furry four-legged dog, they keep them for life.
I've always heard, be careful what you wish for. It just might come true. And you are standing here and watching a dream of both Don's and mine very much come true. 1 year ago, on June 30th, 2014, we stood on this ground, shovels and gold pooper scoopers in hand, and we tossed that first spade full of dirt. Now look at it. I think we did a great job. And from that day, so many of you asked, how can I help? Well, every one of you has helped in a very special way. If nothing else, you've listened to me when I've talked to you about my dreams and my hopes, and I've asked you for a lot of advice, especially from this lady right here to my right, Dr. Chauvet, and of course, Dr. Greiner and Dr. Howard Small, who is our medical director. One of the very first helpers were Billy and Leba Gamble. Through Billy's company, Wesco Turf, we became the proud owners of a rider mower and our club car. We assure you, we use it every day. And the help kept rolling in. Steve Knight became our first Semper Pa supporter, and through his efforts, he is underwriting Dosher, whose mom will be serving our country in Africa. The Kilbrides picked up the phone and pledged support and underwrote a Forever Den and a Semper Pa Den. Ralph Perna lent us his wonderful classical restaurant for the first Donte's Den block party. And by the way, on September 17th, there will be an even bigger block party to kick off the festivities leading up to our annual fundraiser, Top Dog, to be held on October 10th. Ralph, thank you. My ABC family, who have become ardent supporters of Donte's Den, and through the efforts of VP and General Manager Jeff Benninghoff, our television show, Animal Outtakes, produced by Donte's Den Foundation, became syndicated throughout the U.S. in April, thus carrying the message of Dante's Den nationwide. My producer, Katie Ellis, and my editor and chief videographer, Michelle Silliman, believe in our mission so wholeheartedly that they donate their expertise and services to the foundation for special events. My advance control family, they continue to support us in numerous ways. I couldn't do what I do for the foundation without the help of Gene Brown and Ed Weiss and all of my great employees at ACI, who, by the way, are here in force today. Jamie and Tommy Klauber so believe in our mission that they have generously donated the food and beverage today, and I think it's wonderful. My dear friends at Tiger Lily, Jim Carlton, Arthur Farrier, thank you so much for designing the floral arrangements that you've placed around the campus. SRQ Magazine, they've been with us all the way. They will continue to be with us, and we are so thankful. Ashley, I know you're here. Thank you for supporting not only Dante's Den, but Top Dog. You can clap. It's like a fan. Pascal Dano, my music director, who I met so many years ago, who continually says, I'm here for you. Well, today, he's here providing all things audio. My staff at Dante's Den, our vet tech, Carol Hinson, our kennel manager, Stacy, our facilities manager, Randy Long, and all of our wonderful volunteers, 50 strong and growing. Not bad, right? All of them continue to administer their love and care for our residents. And trust me, they have worked tirelessly around the clock to present you the facility that you're seeing today. My thanks to Motorworks, who felt that our residents needed a great exercise and designed and donated the agility equipment. Thanks to Motorworks. To my dear Dr. Greg Greiner, who assisted in the design of our state-of-the-art hospital with the assistance of Dr. Howard Small and Dr. Ann Chauvet, we couldn't do it without you. And a special thanks to Dr. Howard Small, who stepped up and said, you need a medical director. Here I am. And so he is. To Mike Carter, who built this facility, thanks to your expertise, we are so proud of this state-of-the-art facility. And a special thanks goes to Mark Coyne, who watched over this project and saw to every detail. You got to admit, it's pretty great out here. A very special thanks to a very special person, Pamela Sennett, our development director, volunteer coordinator, and everything that goes under miscellaneous and all other. I met her 3 years ago, and after hearing our mission, she pledged herself to help us grow. And let me tell you, she's doing a fantastic job, Pamela Sennett. Last year, artist Nancy Colby painted Dante's portrait. You got to see it. It's in the lobby. And please look at it, because she definitely captured his beauty and his love. Seaside Bank, Steve Altair and group, has pledged the beginnings of an endowment fund. We are blessed. Thank you. Last year, Matt Sperling, a very dear personal friend and early supporter of Dante's Den, suggested a pavilion be built near the lake that all could enjoy for events. As the representative of the J. and Becky Kaiserman Foundation, they have funded the building of that pavilion and the beginnings of our memorial garden, which you will see right over the lake, and you'll see some artist renderings. Matt, thank you, thank you, thank you. Two years ago, I met some wonderful gentlemen when I thought somebody broke into my house. And the special Sarasota Police Canine Group came in force. All the dogs, all the police. And, of course, after they calmed me down, it didn't take that much, but a little bit, I started talking about Donte's Den. And guess what? They believed in our mission. That's why they are here, in force. Sergeant Mick McHale, Sean, Jake, who else is here? Those wonderful dogs. My love to you all. You have supported us. You also have our support. Jeff Maper came to us through the deep love of his pug, Frank, who he had lost last year. He believes in the meaning that dog spelled backwards is God, and he wanted to prove that. He wanted to provide the Rainbow Bridge. So he, his wife, Peggy, and his new love, Jack, gave us the financial assistance to make that happen. My thanks not only extends to Jeff, who now serves as the president of our advisory council, but also to Jeff Benninghoff, Debbie Schuck, Christine Purnell, the Kilbrides, who are graciously donating their time and expertise to assist us in fundraising. My board members are here: Jamie Carter, Greg Greiner, June Simmons, and John Garrow. You have my heartfelt thanks because you continue to support our mission in so many ways. And God bless you, you listen to me when I pick up the phone. We are honored today to have two officials that I'd like to have you meet very quickly. We have the fire chief of Myakka City Fire Department, Dan Cacciati. I think I said that right. It's Italian. Right? Okay. Come on up and say a few words. I mentioned to Dan that we hope that we don't see him on an official basis, but in fact come for coffee and play with the dogs.
Good afternoon, Marcia. Thank you for inviting us. When I drove in here this afternoon, I was in awe of this facility. This is absolutely beautiful, and you folks, God, you did a great job. Did a great job. We're very proud to have Donte's Den as part of our community. I want to officially welcome you and wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are also very honored today to have the special assistant to Congressman Vern Buchanan, Gary Tibbetts.
Thank you, Basha, and thank you, everybody, for being here. I just want to say it's an honor and pleasure for me to be here representing Congressman Buchanan. He is in Washington with votes right now, but he is certainly aware of what's happening here today, and it's monumental. Like the chief said, driving up here, the first thing out of my mouth is, wow, this is absolutely unbelievable, incredible. I want to thank you, Masha, for doing that. In your speech, I hear names of the community, and just one after another helping you out. It's certainly a great community endeavor, and it should be a footprint for others to follow. And in closing, I want to thank the Sarasota Police Department K-9 unit. A little personal note, I was a policeman in the state of New Hampshire for 25 years, and 10 of that I was just like the sergeant there. I trained police canines up in the state of New Hampshire, so they're a great tool, and they're great to be here, and I thank you guys for being here. Masha, good luck.
Thank you.
Have a great one. Beautiful.
There are so many of you others who have made contributions in so many ways. We could be here for a long time, and I don't want you to melt. But you have my love and my heartfelt thanks. And I must say that I must thank my husband, Don, who shared my love for these animals, and our special Donte. Donte, who continues to work his magical brand of love, and he oversees our work at Donte's Den to make sure that it is the greatest place to be a dog. Our mission here is to love and care for all dogs who find themselves in a situation where their owners cannot, for whatever reason, continue their care. I've told you that our residents live and change here at Donte's Den. Whatever the start was that they had in life, whatever they incurred along the way, is wiped clean when they come through those gates. And we get our hands on them and we start loving them and taking care of them. Once again, from all of us at Donte's Den, to each and every one of you, our very deepest thanks for being here today. And we invite you all to come back anytime you wish, bring your dogs, enjoy our campus, and enjoy the love that we give. And now I'm going to need a little help with cutting this ribbon. And you should know that ABC 7 is going to cut in and have a live feed into their noon news showing us cutting the ribbon. We didn't practice this, so I hope it goes well. Who do we have here helping me? Because I can't do this alone. We have Matt Sperling, June Simmons, Greg Greiner, Mike Carter, Carol Hinson, Jeff Maper, Dr. Ann Chauvet. Anybody else here? Okay. You think we can do this? These are some serious scissors. Are they filming? David, are we ready? Okay, are we ready? Hi. Here we go. Donte's Den for the ages. These are the dens that our residents for Semper Pa and our trust puppies, forever assisted living, long-term boarding will be living in. Please join us and take a look at their wonderful rooms. And thank you for coming.
It's treating the pet with pure dignity and unconditional love, which they show us all the time as their owners. And it's for an unusual reason a pet may be here. One, because it's up for adoption. Two, the owners are too old or disabled to take care of their pet and they want a good place for it, just like their home was. Or most important are the pets that belong to our military personnel that get stationed overseas and they can't take their beloved friend with them. We had the place here and we'll take care of the pet as long as they're overseas the way they want them taken care of. It's just a fantastic place. I came in after Marcia spoke to us one time at Kiwanis Club. It was after my pug that is the reception area is named after passed away. And it's like Frank spoke to me from heaven. You know, get involved with this person. Marcia believes in animals just like you do, and we'll help raise money any way possible to get people out here. I think once they see it, it's a no-brainer. We want to be the state-of-the-art place. We want other places to follow our footsteps, and it's an easy sale. I can't say more about it. My wife saw it, and we agreed, okay, we're going to do the Rainbow Bridge. It's a mythological bridge that apparently pets, when they die, wait for their owners. And then they cross over the bridge together to go to heaven. So the dog waits for them. That's the first person to greet them when the owner passes away. And I believe in it. You know, Marcia talked about Donte. I talk about Frank. Well, they're probably up there playing right now, beaming for everything that's going on today. This is part of their dream also. And that's what it is. It's where you could sit, walk over to the pavilion Marcia talked about, and you could sit and talk to your pet that's up in heaven, or they talk to you. It's just a place of solitude. And it's dear. It's, just love it. So that's it, I can't think of anything that bad to say about it. It's like the unconditional love that we show and our pets show us, it's right here.
Well, we are both veterinarians who have contributed and worked with Donte's Den in creating this amazing facility and hospital to help all the dogs that will be housed at Donte's Den.
And you're standing in the treatment center, which is the heart of the facility, and radiating from that is our ICU, our post-op recoverative, our surgical suite, and our radiology imaging center.
Everything that is needed for the animals here at the facility, so anything from regular dental care, vaccines, health checks, spays, neuters, wound care, diagnostics, very important because we want to make sure they stay healthy, so we're going to do a lot of preventative medicine, take radiographs just like us, and ultrasounds just like us to make sure that they're in fine shape until the end of their days.
Adoptees that come in initially will come through our center that's up front. They'll be segregated from the general community until we can make sure that they have no communicable diseases. We'll test them for parasites, treat them for parasites, treat them for heartworm if they need it, which is actually a fairly long therapy. But we'll get them healthy before they get adopted. And if they are permanent residents, as they come in, they certainly will be screened and treated for those same things before they go into the general population.
They do, probably even more often than us. These dogs are going to have regular checkups, regular activity and health screens, as you would call them, to make sure that their life is very comfortable.
As fate would have it, I built my own clinic in Chicago, and that ended up being about a 10-year process of looking at other hospitals, looking at materials, soundproofing, HVAC. So everything in this building is designed specifically for veterinary care. The floors are non-skid, but they're easy to clean. We have sound deadening, so everything in here is designed for animals, specifically for dogs. We don't have cats in the facility.
Well, after being through here today and seeing all the amazing aspects of this facility, I sure hope that when it's my time to sort of retire, I get treated as good as those dogs.
And Marcia has been a force of nature. I refer to her as the velvet tornado in getting this done because she has had so many lives touched through this project. It's been absolutely amazing.
It was a passion, definitely a passion. And now it's not just a dream.
We have a little relationship with Marcia. We met her a few years ago when she had an alarm go off at her house and she thought she might have had a burglary in progress. And her love of dogs and my love of dogs and the rest of the unit, we just had that special bond and we've been friends ever since.
To the use of the police canine. So in reality, if the bad guy or bad lady, depending upon the scenario, is apprehended by the canine, more likely than not, they're going to be yelling. So our canine handlers will be yelling as they're being apprehended, but they're not being harmed. So in a short, right now, what Jake is doing is obedience, and he's showing that in Florida, you have to perform 480 hours in school and take an annual certification exam before we could utilize the police canines on the street. The canines have to certify each and every year, and the handler has to show that he or she has control of the canine at all times. We verbally out the dog during this testing period, which means if the dog apprehends somebody, the canine handler could stay a distance away and verbally have the dog command to release the prey. So we appreciate the opportunity. Donte's Den and Marcia, especially, and all of our staff have been great supporters of the Sarasota Police Department Canine Unit, and it's our honor to be here today amongst everyone here, congratulating them on this wonderful facility. Right now, you see what they're conducting is what is known as obedience. He has him off of his leash. He gives the command to his canine, and then he follows there, and he's attentive to his handler. The reward is his toy that he's handing him for obeying the commands to participate with the obedience. A little bit on the police canine and the canine handler. The canines live with us at home. Both Jake's family, and later you'll meet Officer Nick Dominus, their family is here. They have extended family that they've both been blessed with newborn children who are right behind me over here in the crowd. The canine lives at home with the handler. When they're home, they're in a pet domain. They're not at work. When we get them ready to go to work, we put on specialized equipment, and they realize that they're going to work and they're going to perform their duty and function. All of our canines are social by design, meaning that we perform demonstrations like today at elementary schools, senior citizen centers, all throughout the Sarasota County area. In some instances, Manatee County, because many of our officers live in this vicinity as well. So if we get the request to do a canine demo, we'll respond to the respective school and do the demonstration. It is kind of warm today, so I'm hoping our bad guys get here rather soon. And then you're going to be able to see the demonstration where we'll utilize the canine to make the apprehension. Again, it's a minimum of a 3-year commitment. Mostly all of our canine handlers work their dog for the amount of time the dog is able to perform their duties and to function as a canine. Upon retirement, one of the rewards is that the dog stays with you for the remainder of its life. You know, I'm often asked, you know, is there ability to adopt a canine that's came in, you know, that worked? And the answer normally is no, because the handler hangs on. Coming onto the field now, the first is Officer Nick Dominus, and behind him is Officer Sean Gleason, who's our trainer at the Sarasota Police Department. They're wearing the protective suits that I spoke about. Okay, if you didn't hear what Officer Gleason said, the sticks that they're using do not hurt the dogs. In real life, if someone was to pick up an object and try to get the dog off the bite by striking the dog, they're trained to remain on the bite at all times. Also at our police department, you could see they're trained to bite one time. He released on a verbal command, and they're trained to bite and hold. You see they're being lifted in the air, they're being fought. We're often asked the question, if the arm was not available, would they go for the leg? And hopefully you're about to see that now. If someone had their arm protected in an area, the dogs are trained to bite the first thing that they come into contact with, especially in certain scenarios. All right, the gun that we're going to use has blanks in it, so please don't be alarmed by the sound. But it's going to show you that even with gunfire, they run towards the gunfire. That's if it goes off. The gunfire is also part of the annual training. We train the dog that he'll be able to verbally out him after the gunfire. What we're doing now is he's receiving his reward. His reward in his mind, he wins every battle. Right now, he's conquered that individual by taking the arm. we have Canine Hickson. Canine Hickson's a Belgian Malinois. His handler is Sean Gleason. He's also our trainer. You see they switch roles. Officer Jake Nelson's now the bad guy. You see he's been trained to bite and apprehend and hold on with one bite. 2 years ago, we participated in a countrywide canine school, and Canine Hickson was the #1 dog out of 95 dog teams. Him and his handler, Officer Gleason, were the #1 team out of 95 dog teams. This past year, they came out #2. So we're very proud of the dedication of Officer Gleason and his partner. As I stated before, Officer Gleason is our trainer. He's our recognized trainer for canine purposes and trains all of us on a weekly basis.
There's an absolute need for a facility like Donte's Den. There are many people, like my husband and myself, who, for whatever reasons, wanted a special place to keep their dogs, perhaps after we were no longer here. We also traveled a lot, and we always wondered what would happen to our dogs if something happened to us. The same goes for the military. The military is deployed, they take care of us, they protect and serve for us, but then they don't have any place to leave their dogs. Donte's Den is the answer. When they get deployed, they bring their dogs here, we take care of them. At the end of the deployment, they have their best friend. We have room for about 65 adoptive dogs. We call them our adoption center dogs. They're going to be rehomed. But when they come here, we don't care what their what their past life was. What we get concerned about is their future life. But while they're here, we definitely take great care of them. They get to swim in this wonderful pool. They get to play in the exercise area. They have an agility. They get to be walked by our wonderful volunteers. They get love 24/7. Doesn't get any better than that. Well, the idea is, of course, is to keep it totally stressless. You don't see any cages around Donte's Den. We believe in having the dogs have a good life. This is a new concept, and it's a concept we've come up with, but we hope other people will adopt it. I was very fortunate to find a wonderful architectural group in Boulder, Colorado called Animal Arts. And I contacted them, and I was very impressed with their approach. And their approach was, what is it that you want? And so I said, let's start with a blank sheet of paper, and I want to tell you what my vision is. And they just fell into line, and they said, this is fantastic. We're glad that we're able to do so many of the things that we've always thought would work in a shelter or in a veterinarian hospital. And of course, it's the first of its kind as far as the forever assisted living for the dens. So that was a new approach that we gave to them, and they were delighted to draw and do the architectural drawings for that, because it's such a new concept. Again, there's no cages. The dogs live in rooms. They have thermopedic beds. They have their own toys in the room. Also, if they want, there's a television screen. And if their owners are still wanting to communicate with them, for example, the military, or if you're in a facility, assisted living facility yourself, you may still want to continue to communicate with your dogs. And through the television set, password protected, you can come in and see your dog, and you can talk to your dog. Well, we have wonderful volunteer support. We have about 50 volunteers, and we're blessed to have them because, again, ours is a new facility as well as a new concept. So they're delighted to come here because it's an experience for them. We have a wonderful staff. We are a small staff at this moment. We have a facilities security manager, we have a development director, a manager for the kennels, and of course our veterinarian technician. Our veterinarians are wonderful in the fact that they donate their time, and we have a number of them, so right now we have every day covered here at the hospital. I'm hoping that somebody else will pick up the trend that we are doing, and again, it is stressless peace of mind. Peace of mind for the humans to know that their dogs will be well taken care of even if they're not here. And stressless for the dogs. The dogs come here, they make one trip. They come here, they stay here. We don't have to evacuate for hurricane because the buildings are built to the new Miami-Dade code. We have a generator here that in case we go down, we can operate for 2 weeks. So again, it's just a great place to be a dog. Well, we, of course, depend on the wonderful contributions, financial and otherwise, of people in the community and elsewhere. You can go on to dontesden.org, and Donte is spelled D-O-N-T-E-S. He was named after my husband. So it's dontesden.org. You can volunteer online, you can make a financial contribution online, and you can also see what we're doing online. I want the people in the community and far-reaching beyond the Florida line to know that when your dog comes to Donte's Den, it is stressless for them and it gives you peace of mind. And for the soldiers, we'll protect your dogs while you're protecting us.
Several years ago, we established a friendship with Marcia, and as she stated earlier, as a result of a service call. We established a contact with one another, and we were featured 2 separate times on her Animal Outtake show. We were made aware of her dreams of making this facility become reality, and we are honored that we were asked to be here and participate in the grand opening event. Oh, it's one of a kind in my personal opinion. The attention, the focus on the dogs, as well as the surrounding areas, the idea that she had the envision of creating such a facility where it could be a temporary shelter and it could be a final resting place for dogs and its extreme comfort. No. We do all of our training. We do all of our training in the Sarasota City area. Quite possibly, though, we'll be coming out to this facility and request the ability to train on the facility, creating unique type of scenarios that this facility offers, to include the wooded surrounding areas. We often challenge the dogs through the canine program to be able to adapt to new scenarios as they develop. So although we're in the city of Sarasota, we're oftentimes requested for assistance in the rural areas as well, and to be able to have a facility like this to come out and train would be a great honor. The demonstration that we provided today was a show of the basic obedience that shows the canine handler's ability to control the dog off of the lead. Although there were many distractions to include other animals, I think it was apparent that the canine was focused on his handler and listened to and performed the instructions as it was given. We also performed a demonstration of apprehension. As the public is aware, under the most extreme circumstances, does it become necessary to utilize a police canine for an apprehension. In every circumstance, the individual
or individuals are given an opportunity to surrender, and if they fail to do so, then the canine is a very valuable tool to both the officers and the community to effect the capture and arrest in an efficient manner with the least amount of force necessary. Yes, great question. When we first receive the canines, they're often as young as 11 months old, up to 2.5 years of age. They're imported from Europe, where they're bred specifically for police, military, or personal protection functions. We select the canines, bring them back into the city of Sarasota. We have a handler that is individually assigned to that canine as his partner. Then the two of them begin the process of bonding and then have to complete a 480-hour mandatory school by the state of Florida. Upon completion of the school, they then have to certify to show that the handler has control under the most extreme circumstances, to include gunfire. The handler has, at the Sarasota Police Department, we perform that test on a yearly basis. So all of that has to be accomplished prior to the canine and his handler being allowed to work the city streets in active patrol. And each of our canine our canine teams perform those functions. As a matter of fact, we extend hours, probably additional 40 to 60 hours before we release them out into a regular patrol function. For the most part, they are trained in a patrol function, and then upon completion of and successful certification, we then introduce them to the narcotic detection. That's a separate school in itself, and once again, they certified in illegal narcotic odors so that they'll have dual certifications and can have the maximum capacity to serve the needs of the Sarasota Police Department. The profession normally calls for just 2 certifications. That's been the accepted practice. Patrol being the primary function, the secondary. There are agencies that have the ability to certify in a secondary area explosive detection. That's a future endeavor for the City of Sarasota Police Department, and we're hoping to expand the unit in the future and introduce explosive detection as a secondary function.
I'm a lot like Marcia Panucci. I don't have any children, so what I have is dogs. And we know someday that our dogs, hopefully we won't outlive them, but we may, because if we continue to have dogs the rest of our lives, we will, maybe they'll outlive us. So this is a great facility for the animals and for our dogs, because we only have dogs. And when I heard about this facility and learned about Marcia's dream, I said I want to help here and volunteer and make this dream come true. It's a state-of-the-art facility. There's nothing else like it. The way the dens are made up, there's no cages here. They're all either in type dens that are actually like rooms, and even the adoption area is not caged. It's all state-of-the-art type of materials that the dogs are not in cages, which makes it a very great place to have a dog, to where I think that it makes them less nervous, less apprehensive about anything. Well, here's what this facility is mainly, the main purpose of this facility is for adoptable dogs. That's true, but it's not the main reason. The main reason is for the military personnel who are being deployed, have no place to leave their dogs. They may be extended for months, or even maybe a year. This is a great facility for that. Also for extended care. The people who are ill, need to go in the hospital, need to have surgery, can't take care of their dogs, maybe they have to go to rehab afterwards. This is an extended care facility for that. Normally no shelters that I'm aware of will take the dogs and keep them for a long time, and you may not want to put your animals in those type of facilities. It's just cages. And it's also great for pet trust. People who are older and assume that they probably will not outlive their dogs, and it's a great place to set up a pet trust for the dogs so that the dogs can live out their lives after the owner has passed away. And there's no facility around that I'm aware of that even does anything like that. As a new volunteer, you can expect a very rewarding, because what's really nice about this place, they'll let you work wherever you want. And you can help in the welcome center, you can help with the dogs, you can help, like administration, you can help anywhere over here, which is nice. They let you have a full run of this facility. And what's really good about this facility, this is a family-oriented facility, which means they do allow people to bring their kids, and if their kids want to volunteer too, just as long as there's adult supervision, the kids can learn about taking care of animals in a shelter, or if you want to call it this, a facility like this. So most shelters don't allow kids to really work in them, but this facility will allow you to bring your children, and you can volunteer as a family, and that's good. And that's where you want to do it, is you want the children to learn about care and taking care of animals, and that hopefully that'll go with them for the rest of their lives. It's a great place. The main thing, come out and visit it. Visit this place. They welcome any visitors. Come out, visit, check it out, and tell your friends about it. That's the main thing, especially the older people who may need to, like I said, go into a hospital. They have nobody to take care of their animals, or they are going to, maybe pass away soon, and they want a place for their dogs to make sure that they stay comfortable the rest of the dog's life.